What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Clay'sCoins. I believe competence creates confidence, so I'm here to bring you some information, education, and better understanding of cryptocurrency and the stock market. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not an indication nor a suggestion to buy, hold, or sell any cryptocurrency or stock talked about in this video or on this channel. Today, we're going to be looking at a few cryptocurrencies that are going to be going from the teens up to the triple digits, potentially. No one has a crystal ball. I like to make sure to say that, even though we're not fortune tellers on here, we can still make some predictions, and I like to, when I notice cryptocurrencies that are going to do numbers, I like to bring them to you guys. We'll also look at a hedera HBAR price update on the charts, so stick around. Before we do, guys, I got to do the YouTube stuff. My goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. It's a big goal, but it's my goal, and with your help and support, we can knock it out of the park. So let's get it going. All I need you to do is hit the like button, the subscribe button, comment down below, anything you want to do to support the channel, but the like and the subscribe are the most important, and I'll give you a moment to hit those right now real quick. Dope. Thank you guys so much. We're almost at 1900. Next stop is 2000, and then we really got to get it moving because we're moving towards the end of April right now. So, happy 420, by the way. The open source sharded multi-chain protocol that has revolutionized the way that we look at parachains, the way that we test networks, and non-stop being a consistent banger the entire time we've been able to experiment and test with different things. We last looked at KSM, Kusama, and that's Polkadot's wild cousin, which they use as a canary network for testing. Polkadot, this is the main one. Polkadot has come down a lot from, last fall, the big run-up we had, but, and as you can see right here looking at the yearly chart, we ran, in early November, late October last year, we were capping off a monumentally historic bull run, but we ran all the way up to the $53, $54 range from about a $10 mark. So that was a huge run up in a couple months from mid-July to early November. We ran up about 5 times, 5x on our money, if not 5.5. So that's a huge gain. Obviously, that's not as sustainable. We'll see right here in the coming months if we can once everything has figured itself out. In my opinion, this chart looks incredibly bullish, and that's the thing, is you have ties to engine. UST just launched on Kusama, and this chart looks extremely bullish technically. You have to be careful with the technicals when it comes to cryptocurrency, because you can do technicals on 100 different altcoins and it can play out well for you every single time until Bitcoin decides to dump 5% in a day, and then you drop 20% and you're trying to figure out what happened because your technicals didn't add up. That's one thing with cryptocurrency, is Bitcoin's going to pave the way, so if it decides to, take a U-turn, that's something you're going to have to deal with. To see DOT run to the $80s to $100 range, you would really need to see a massive pump in the market cap, because looking at the total supply at 1.1 billion and the circulating supply is just under 1 billion at 987 million, so to get it to $100 a piece would be, that would be an extensive market cap. However, we would be talking about $100 billion market cap realistically, which would, as of the time of this recording, would put it as the third largest cryptocurrency in the world. But keep in mind, that's assuming that every other crypto stays the same. If Polkadot were to run up that much, obviously, you would have a huge turnaround in the entire crypto market as a whole. That's what we're really talking about here, is when we have this huge turnaround in the crypto market as a whole, Polkadot could absolutely run up to those 80s, maybe even the hundreds over time within the next year or so. At the very minimum, I believe we should see a test of the $50 range very soon. Within the next couple months, we'll see another test of that $50 range. We may even push past it, try to push past that $54 resistance there, test the 60s, maybe the 70s. Who knows? It'll be a lot of momentum and a lot of speculation at that point that'll keep it there, and once that momentum starts to fade, you'll see the price fade as well. You get a little bit of healthy correction. We'll be right back, looking at where we are, probably except at about $18 Polkadot, we'll be dealing with like a $22, maybe $23 Polkadot, and then we'll run up again. It's this is a healthy cycle, and you can see when you look at the yearly chart, you can see on a macro scale the higher highs and the higher lows. We have come up a lot in the $10.98 right here versus the 1643 that we got, or 1601. You know, it's a much higher low, and the higher high right here from the 47.95 upwards of the 54 like we discussed. You know, those are very bullish indicators on a long-term scale, and I think Polkadot had to have this healthy correction for, you know, to give in a little bit after that sustained growth, yin and yang type thing, you know what I mean? You got to take the good with the bad, but you know, we should see another huge run. I don't really know how else to say it when it's not financial advice, but Polkadot, even being a number 12 cryptocurrency, I think right now, yeah, number 12 ranked on CoinMarketCap at the time of this recording, it still has so much room to run, and you could probably see it push up to top 7, top 8 here pretty soon. Now, if you've been a fan of the channel for a little bit, you'll know that popularity can oftentimes negatively affect my opinion of a cryptocurrency or an altcoin, especially, you know, I'm really trying with this NFT cryptocurrency that came flying out of the jungle like a silverback gorilla. ApeCoin, ticker symbol APE. You guys know it. It's the NFT metaverse, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Yuga Labs, custom cryptocurrency that is going to change the world just like every other hype coin. That's a good way. That's a family-friendly way to say the SHIT coins, right? But the hype coin is really hyped up today. I mean, we're in the midst, at the time of this recording, of a 16.42% increase from around the $11.20 range to the $13.09 range. This is huge right now. So I'm not sure if this is hype, if this is maybe an endorsement, another funding run, something like that. All I know is with only 277 million, about 280 million in circulation out of their billion total supply, you know, it does have a lower total supply than Polkadot, and we've seen Polkadot run up to the 50s. I think ApeCoin, we can definitely see ApeCoin 10x at this point. Looking at the market cap, I'm not sure how much more is going to be diluted. If it is a fully diluted market cap, which I don't believe it will be, it would be 13 million. I don't see it going to 130, but looking at the regular market cap, I could see a $36 million or billion-dollar market cap when it comes to a pure hype coin like this, but it does have real world utility to a certain extent, you know what I mean? We'll see how it goes, you know. There's a lot of argument to be said that Shiba Inu has real world utility, or Dogecoin has real world utility. However, would I say that those are something I'm putting my future into or are going to provide that crazy amount of gains? No. However, ApeCoin is definitely one that if you play it right, you're gonna get some crazy gains. As you can see just today, you know, if you got in last night and got out this morning, or get out right now, you're up 17%. There's nothing wrong with that. You do that a couple times, you're up 30, 51%, and you're closing in on 100, you know what I mean? So, we can definitely, even that's why I say, you know, information, education, and better understanding. Hopefully I can give you guys some of those so you can have that confidence. And when you have confidence in a cryptocurrency, it doesn't really matter because you know, you have confidence, you understand, and you understand what's going on with it. You don't have to worry about whether or not you like it, whether or not it feels good to you. You can just trade it. You know, you can identify a channel and trade in it, make some money regardless of what people are saying about the coin, regardless of the shilling, anything like that. You can just ape in and, you know, get in, get up, and get out. That's one thing that's important here, is whenever I'm talking about these cryptocurrencies, you don't have to pick a side. You know I talk a lot of trash about like XRP and Cardano and XLM. If you can make that money, make your paper boo-boo. I don't know how many times I had to say that. Make that money. I don't care how good a cryptocurrency is, how many other YouTubers talk about it, anything like that. If there's money to be made, there's money to be made, and you can make it if you want. However, also understand that unless you had access to the ICO or were lucky or skilled enough to get the ApeCoin at around $9 or $10, right around that range, your opinion of ApeCoin at this moment probably isn't very good, because there's a good chance that at this point in time you're in the negative. Maybe not with today's pump up to the $13, but as of, you know, last night before this big push, the $11 range, it was a little more difficult to be in the positive. That's why I say, if you still believe in what a project is doing and you have the option, you can always begin buying any of the dips that happen, like the one last night. You know, any of these right here, you can buy these. If you bought up here, yeah, that probably wasn't the best. You probably FOMO'd in. You know, you might not want to do that again. However, all is not lost. You can always learn from this, and you can also buy this dip and buy this dip. You know what I mean? Buy this dip. Not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go out and buy this, but if you buy these dips, even if you bought up here and you buy down here, you're doing what's called averaging down, and that lowers your average cost. So if most of the ApeCoin you bought is at $14, but then you buy some at $10, you can, if you bought the same amount as at 14 as you did at 10, then now your average cost is 12. It's not as, you know, as significant as of a savings, but if you're talking about a $12 versus a $14 ApeCoin, and you're talking about you owning 1,000 of them, $2,000 is a lot of money for anyone who likes money. So just keep that in mind. You can always average down. You can also, you know, that's also what you're doing. If you buy something and when it's going up, you're averaging up. If you were able to get Shiba Inu at, you know, 5 or 6 zeros, and then you buy some at 4 zeros, 6, you just upped your average cost so much. And, you know, I hope throwing those numbers in there didn't confuse you at all, but, you know, the very basic thing is, and I don't mean to be condescending, I just want to make sure that people understand it, because it is a very useful thing to understand and know, and a tool to have to be able to, you know, average down and lower your average cost. It's very important, and it'll make you feel better about the current status of your investment. Now, this is a cryptocurrency that I might be loading up on very soon. With this little push we're seeing today, I'm not sure why this is such a green day, besides, you know, 420 would be a green day. However, at the time of this recording, this is 419, so I can't put too much hype into that. But Internet Computer, ICP, I've talked about it before. The list of goals that this cryptocurrency project has and the team behind it to attempt to accomplish these goals is, you know, they're almost as immense and vast as one another, the goals versus the team to accomplish these goals. I mean, it's crazy, the amount of avenues and different things that they want to take care of, and the amount of people and, you know, research that they've gathered to try to do it is absolutely crazy. If you just like one crazy thing, you know, I don't know if you guys go on coinmarketcap.com. It's here or there, but sometimes these little information things can be a little bit useful. When you look at them, sometimes you can tell that it's written by the team itself, which is cool, and you can notice some typos in there and funny stuff in some of the smaller coins, the unaudited ones, the ones that are kind of just, you know, pretty much a rug pull. They're just trying to get away with a little Wikipedia-esque description of themselves, but look at the synopsis, if it's, you know, if you will, for Internet Computer. This is absolutely crazy. It might be one of the biggest ones that I've ever seen. When it comes to all of the different things they're going to explain to you about when it comes to ICP, this is way more than any other cryptocurrency that I think I've seen. That's probably the largest one. I mean, some cryptocurrencies that you look at have quite literally one paragraph, like this. This would be the entire description of their cryptocurrency. This would be their founders, and then this would be how many there is. That's it. Done. This has pages on pages and pages. They must have gone until they hit the word count limit on this, you know what I mean? It's a good thing they didn't have to use Twitter with that 140 counts. They'd be looking like that kid in class trying to keep it together, you know what I mean? But I figured we'd move over to the chart and take a look at ICP and where we are sitting. Looking at it long term, zooming out, this has been quite a fall from grace. I do have a Fibonacci indicator put on here. We'll dive a little bit deeper in this. We'll move over to the 4-hour candles and get into some current time frames that we're dealing with. You know, we don't need to have the zeros pulled up on here. But when you look at how we've been doing over the past, you know, couple months, the chart's looking pretty bullish in my opinion, guys. We're starting to break trends that were long-term downtrends. We're starting to set new highs, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from Internet Computer, and that's why I say that I really might be loading up, because just right here you can notice, oh, wrong one. Just right here you can notice this from the all-time low, we're starting to put up new or higher lows. New higher lows right here we're starting to post on average. Bang, bang, bang. Right here, as you can see. hit that one right there. Then we have this one. Then we have this one and this one. These are all higher lows, which is a great sign. Obviously, it's harder to notice, you know, if you were just right here, it would probably wouldn't seem it. You would probably expect something to go down, but especially after these, you know, this little run up, and it came down, it fell, you know, not that crazy amount. I don't like the fact that we're in this limbo in between the $20 support / resistance and this bottom. With this massive drop off right here, that was something that is going to be hard for a little bit to come by. But I will point out too is we are kind of starting to wedge, and that is noticeable when you take a look at the fact that we are kind of starting to put in on a longer term some right here. We have some lower highs, but we're also starting to experience the higher lows. This is rather counterintuitive, but you know, they do start to line up in between these two, which is exactly where we are, which makes sense. With the Fibonacci indicators, they can always be self-fulfilling prophecies. That's why I always joke around and call it, you know, astrology for men. You never know with these things. However, just looking at things, identifying them, recognizing patterns, and utilizing the recognition of something, maybe trying it out in a future prediction, and then if it works again, you have a confirmation that maybe that was a positive affirmation of your indication. If not, it may have been a self-fulfilling prophecy, because if everyone's using the same indicator, like the Fibonacci, then people will act and buy based on the Fibonacci indicator, making itself happen and show itself to be true. There's a big debate on that. That's you know, a topic for another video. However, Internet Computer does look pretty bullish as a cryptocurrency can look right now that isn't Bitcoin. And you know, we'll definitely keep it on your watch list. I'll be keeping it on mine. Not financial advice. All right, and to round things off, guys, here's a little Hedera HBAR price update. This is incredible, and I didn't really realize until I was just looking at this chart right here that from July to just about November, this was an incredible run-up. I mean, it was almost, obviously you had that big spike there, but it came back down and then continued the run-up. Up into the spike, that was 260%. If not, if you just talk about that, that's 115 days and 200% gain. That's very good, and it's pretty sustainable too. And what you'll notice is we are still not close to that low that we set in July. We're at about 19 or 20 cents right now. That level of support is about the 15 and a half, almost 16 cent range. We're on the daily candles right now, by the way, just to give you a little longer term example of what exactly we're looking at here, because we are still in a downtrend long term. When you look at right here, multiple confirmations, we've tried to break out, we haven't been able to, and when you look at the bottom, when you're talking about the lows here, it's rather perpendicular. However, we are starting to cant up a little bit, and this is going to form an intersection that I think will probably happen right around. I think we're not going to see it run this far. I think rather quickly we're either going to see a rapid decline down to retest, or a rapid ascent up to push through. And then I think, as we did right here and right here, I think we'll see something similar to that action. And I think you'll see, let me see, like if we had something like, oh, didn't mean to do the extended line. If we had something like this right here. There we go. That's why I trade NFTs. I don't make them, because I'm not an artist, just a chartist. So let me see. If we took that and put it right here, you can start to see what I mean of the run-up that we're talking about that will break this little wedge and once again test this 23-cent support line like we have here, like we did here. We've shown it to hold true once we can set it, but at the moment we're starting to drop off. We'll see how it can hold. When you have this many green days in a row, or that massive. This is like 85% green days in a matter of a couple weeks during a geopolitical time that we're in. That's crazy. On a macro level, that's wild. The fact that these are daily candles and you can see that run off like that's pretty cool. Other than that, I think that's gonna wrap it up for HBAR. I just wanted to show you guys there's not too much price action when it comes to HBAR today. Looking at the hourly candles, it's there's a lot of run up, but it's because we did just have a big gap down, so it's starting to gap up. I wouldn't say it's anything long term. Seeing an ascent at that degree is not a sustainable one, especially when you realize that you just had this big drop off, this 5% drop instantaneously, and now you're having a 9.4% rise. So really you're looking at about a 4% gain when you take out that 5% drop. And if you really want to talk about it, you could say that this entire thing is almost right where it left off just yesterday or the day before, and that we're right here. This is a gap fill. So we came down, we're going back up. There you go. Alright guys, that's going to be everything for the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I wanted to talk about some different cryptocurrencies, some altcoins that are going to be going from the teens up to those triple digits, maybe. That 10 times, that coveted 10 times, even with some top 50, top 100 cryptocurrencies. Then I had to throw a Hedera HBAR for all my HBAR fans, H-Barbarians. That's a pretty good one, man. I don't know if other people have used that. I'm sure they have. That's pretty common. But if you guys want, go ahead and follow me on Twitter at RealClaysCoins. Like the video, subscribe, comment down below, hit that join button. I just put a couple more levels in there, and there's no difference in the levels. One thing that Kenan Grace does, guys, I've talked about him before. Go subscribe to him if you haven't already. But one thing he does with his Patreon is he has different levels of his Patreon, 5, 10, 15, 25, 100, whatever, and for how much you can pay to subscribe, and all of them have the exact same benefits. It's just how much you want to support, and I absolutely love that idea. And so I did essentially the exact same thing with this one. I just put you get the exact same benefits all the way through, but there's 5, and then I think maybe 10, 25, 50, and 100. I don't know. I can't remember which tiers or which levels I did, but I put the titles as something a little bit funny, and just to I love my little wordplay here and there, so go join if you guys haven't already to become a true supporter of Clay's Coins and get access to custom emojis, priority responses, members only posts. A lot of I like to upload a video and then put it for members only for the night, and then in the morning everyone else gets to see it, so you get early access, sneak peek at different stuff like that. Definitely hit me up on Twitter though if you want to talk to me directly. DM me. I'm not going to DM you first. I'm not going to contact you first, but DM me on Twitter. As you know, put a flexing emoji in the comment section down below if you enjoyed the video. And other than that, guys, stay hydrated, stay safe, take care of yourselves, celebrate 420 with someone you love. Have a good day, guys. Thank you.